There goes a streetcar slowly making its way west along Queen Street, and the BMW that clearly ran a red light right behind it. Although I guess there's a pretty low bar for BMW drivers. And that's a look west along Queen Street West. And hey there, today is Sunday, December 16th. Oh, that Audi started moving. I better get clearly off the road. As I was saying, it's Sunday, December 16th. The time is around 4:30 p.m. and the temperature is minus 7 degrees Celsius, and we are currently enjoying a record snowfall. And this is part 2 of a walk I'm doing that has now brought me into downtown. I started over in Leslieville, and I made my way west through Leslieville and Riverside into downtown to Queen and Parliament. As we now go south down Parliament. So I'll put a link to that one down in the description if I remember to. I'm just going to kind of meander around the east side of downtown, making my way over to Yonge Street, where I plan to catch a subway train back up to Midtown. It's been a long day for me. I did a live stream, then I did the video before this. Now I'm doing this one, and all I've had to eat are some scrambled eggs and toast and a coffee. So I'll definitely be picking up a warm beverage and some food before I get home. But it's not too often we get this much snow. In fact, I think it's the most we've had since 1980 or 1998. Which doesn't seem like that long ago. All right, let's go along Richmond Street for a bit. But we got dumped on Wednesday night with, I think, around 26 centimeters of snow. That was the biggest snowfall we've had this season. And then yesterday, we got hit with another snowstorm, which has carried on throughout today. I think it's supposed to snow until about 8 p.m. Well, it's quite light at this point. It's really almost just flurries. As you can see, the damage has been done. This is a bike lane next to me, believe it or not. It looks like it was plowed at some point. This is Berkeley Street we're about to cross. That plow just kind of made it so I had to go into the bike lane here. There's someone shoveling over there. There's not a lot of people out. Although there were a lot of people out at Riverdale Park. So this is the east side of downtown, which is always a bit quieter than the west side. There's a few fairly busy neighborhoods on this side, Church and Wellesley and St. Lawrence along front. Sounded like that pickup truck just hit something. Oh, it's a plow. Probably just... Yeah, the sound of the plow scraping on the ground. At some point, I'm going to turn off Richmond Street. I'm sure I look like a fool with my umbrella out. But it's keeping the camera and my audio gear nice and dry. Not too many people have walked this stretch today, probably. I wonder what the sidewalk's like on the south side. It's a little bit better. Here's a major street coming up, Sherburne. Maybe I'll turn on to Sherburne. I certainly can't remember off the top of my head the last time we had this much snow. And these are downtown streets. They're more likely to be cleared, and often downtown is a few degrees warmer than other areas. And you have the lake effect. So the roads here are typically a bit better than what you'll find elsewhere in the city. And they're still pretty bad. I imagine the crews will be out all night, given that tomorrow is a work day for a lot of people. Here's Adelaide Street. Thank you.
75 Sherbourne, northbound towards South Drive.
And this is another one-way street, Adelaide. Have light will cross. Today is an accessibility nightmare. See the towers of the financial district. off in the distance. Not the best visibility thanks to the snow. Let's go along Adelaide. It's for a block or two. I suddenly got the idea to check out St. James Park. Just home to a number of tiny homes. Well, the headlights on this vehicle are just obnoxious. They had this really bright flickering thing going on, and if you were looking in your rearview mirror from in front of that thing, that'd definitely be a visible distraction. The further west I get, we should be seeing more people out. Trying to speed up so that car doesn't lose momentum. Hey, it's the first ever post office in the country, or at least Upper Canada. Oh, look at this. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the sidewalks in Taiwan. They're often designed, or the buildings are designed to cover the sidewalks like this. And we're at Yonge Street. This is Jarvis Street coming up. If you're not a fan of people who walk slow, this weather is not for you. Your passing opportunities are limited. There's St. James Park. So we've made it to Jarvis Street. There's a high-end furniture shop, Bow Concept. there's an excellent dude named Ryan who created the tinytinyhomes.ca project. Where the idea was to get people out of tents into very small camper-like. Whatever you call it, I'm struggling to think of a word, but it was meant to be a temporary solution, and they're portable and can be moved. They provide a sense of warmth and security. And they're just a place for people to keep stuff safely. They're a lot less unsightly than tents. They take up about the same footprint. And they give the people in them a drastically better quality of life. And they've come under attack by a local counselor, Chris Moyce, and what I could only call a deranged local residents group. And they wanted to remove them. Here's the tiny homes right up here. There's a number of people out front. But if these weren't here, we would just see tents like this set up. Looks like Ryan might be giving a tour of one there. There's some people leaving.
We're doing a outreach.
You guys are an outreach group?
Yes.
You know Ryan, who is behind these?
Yeah, we ran into him one day, yeah.
He's an awesome guy. It's a shame the city wants to pull these out.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad policies coming out right now.
If they weren't in these, they'd be in tents.
Yeah,
Like-
and like a big fine for using drugs inside of a tent.
Yeah. Oh. I've done 2 videos featuring those, and Ryan, the first one, has over 2 million views. And since that first video, his project has been all over the news and other social media. He's got his own YouTube channel. Check it out, Tiny Tiny Homes. There's a petition to support the idea you can sign. There's also a way to contribute if you wish to make a donation. I don't know, it certainly feels a lot safer walking through a park with those than tents. And the important takeaway is Ryan's not trying to provide permanent housing. He's acknowledged it's a temporary solution. It's up to our elected officials to do their damn job and get people into better living conditions. Not everyone wants that, but a lot of these people do want that, and they deserve it. Oh, he's got a ton of people here as I walk in front of St. James Cathedral. Ooh, we might have a streetcar back up. I was going to head down to Front Street, but If you know what the cause of this is, let me know down in the comments. This huge backup of streetcars. Looks like this one's gonna move. I was gonna head down the front, but I'm more curious about the scene along King here. Camera lens holding up. Still look like a weirdo. Maybe this first streetcar here was having issues.
What are you up to, other than obviously taking photos out here in the back? This city is like
Unlike me. So, you know, she's a kid. This one's out of service. That first streetcar successfully turns onto Church. Just another one out of service as we walk by the Google headquarters. Hopefully that guy's got any nice tips today. I'm sure things will start moving once that backlog clears out. There's Toronto Street. And the King Eddie Hotel on the left. What's this vehicle trying to do? And I've made it to a subway station, but the video is a little on the short side. This is King Station. And it's worth noting King Street's a designated transit priority corridor, so you won't see a lot of vehicles on it. Between Bathurst and Jarvis, at all but a few intersections, vehicles have to turn off of King at the first chance.
No idea.
Now we go north on Yonge for a little bit. How little remains to be seen. I've seen that gentleman before. You walk these streets enough, you do become familiar with some of the regular faces in the area. I guess I've kind of become one, in a way. This is Adelaide Street here. For the second time in this video, we've stumbled upon Adelaide Street. Eight seconds left.
Also kein großen Pulli.
Excuse me?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm too deep, snow bunnied up, and I'm checking.
This is Queen Street. It's the advantage of having nice waterproof footwear. You can just splash through everything. Well, we're not quite at Queen. We've got to go past Richmond first, then Queen. Light's about to change. We'll take a peek at Richmond Street, looking east, where streetcars have been diverted. It's a snow tireless vehicle. Makes its way. You really shouldn't be driving in this without snow tires. Nice freshly plowed stretch of sidewalk. Try to look extra crazy. This umbrella. And here's closed off Queen Street. This is why the streetcars are diverted south of here along Adelaide and Richmond. As Queen is closed between York and Victoria Street as the bells ring at Old City Hall. We're just going to go up to Dundas Square. Speaking of Chris Moyse, the evil counselor who wants to displace people in their tiny homes, he's also the brainiac behind renaming Dundas Square. I've made a video on that. But fortunately, I haven't seen anyone with a straight face call it by its absurd and borderline offensive new name. I think a lot of people in Toronto are offended by the fact that if you're going to go through the expense of unnecessarily renaming a square, you at least pick a local icon or hero or something Canadian at all to name it after.
I like the name.
There's certainly a lot of great people in our past and plenty to be proud of. Or, you know, just leave the name as it is. Henry Dundas was a relatively good guy. He's a noted abolitionist. At least in the historical records, he's a good guy. There's Hydlau Hot Pot.
You know what I can do?
Die ganzen Übungen.
Planning to go to the hours, like
There's the Eaton Center across the street. They're setting up for an event at Dundas Square. Last time I was here. There's someone who said, to heck with the sidewalk. Celestia is the name of the event. February 14th to March 16th, noon to 11 p.m. daily. Maybe I'll come check it out under better conditions. But I hope you enjoyed this one. A city under snow. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below if you wish to support what I do. There's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. And don't forget to check out part 1 of this video if you haven't. Alright, I've taken a hell of a lot of steps, so I'm gonna take a break and sit on the subway and hopefully pick up some food. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink!